This video's made for adult collectors because who remembers Transformers Go?
Kenzan! Jinbu! Ganoh! いざ参上がたい兜装着参上合体ゴー剣山
Well, that doesn't look right. So Transformers Go was a weird thing. It exists. It was Takara's like season 3 to Transformers Prime or something. I'm not entirely sure. And it was packed on discs in magazines distributed across Japan. It had a slew of Prime Beast Hunters toys in its toy line, like a bunch of redecos that are very cool. But it also had its original molds, which are kind of shit. This is Ganoh, Jinbu, and Kenzan, of whom I own 6. I accidentally bought an entire case off of Bai. The listing showed and said 1, but the guy shipped the whole case, and I paid like $20 for the whole case, so I will be handing these out at TFCon Toronto. So these 3 vehicles are not bad, actually. You got a car, a truck, and a jet. This copy of Kenzan's a bit yellowed, and so is Ganoh, but they still look neat. I dig the team look. The bright colors and the details on each alt mode really help bring them together and to life. They don't feel great, though. The tabs want to come apart all the time, the jet's pretty flimsy, and the red idiot actually came with a broken in half tab. How does that even work? Yeah, the plastic quality isn't the best. They feel flimsy, minus Kenzan. He feels like a brick, and he should anyways make noises. So this would be the part where I show the noises, but there's batteries in here and they're fresh and it doesn't work, and I don't want to open the other ones because they're for other people. So yeah, pain. They aren't small, like size wise they look pretty damn good next to Generations stuff. I'd love Generations toys of these. That would be sick. So who should we start with? Let's go with the nicest. Kenzan. So, Kenzan here, it feels the most like an Energon toy. So, because these all feel like Energon toys. So to start with, you pop this front section. I'm Sean Connery all of a sudden. You pop this front section open, then you bring this out. It'll ratchet down like that. Just get it all lined up. Now this copy, for some reason, the ratchets don't line up. Like they won't. Oh, there we go. Now it's lined up. The camera's on. It's gonna work. Speaking of camera on, let's flip it up. Now let's do the feet. So you want to rotate these windshield sections up. Then you want to rotate these 180 degrees. And there are these ports that go into tabs. So you bring them down, and they won't actually sit in the tabs. The tabs will pop them out, especially on this side. And so he just leans a little bit, which is kind of, he's also leaning that way because his foot doesn't peg in all the way, so whatever. Then you bring this down, flip this up, clip it into place, and it will reveal the head. You fold out his little ponytail thing and bring the head all the way up. Then you bring the arms out like so. Like that. And then you fold out his crotch flap, which you have to get in here to flip it out. There we go. That's Kenzan. Oh, come on. There we go. His knees are all weak. That's Kenzan, yay. Now let's do Ganoh. We're gonna remove his weapon. He's the only one I actually have the weapon to, because again, I'm not opening the other ones that are in there. Let's take the legs, bring them down. Now you want to unpeg them very carefully. Oh, because as you can see, there's a big stress mark on that tab right there. Then you want to rotate these 180 degrees, fold the fists back, they become heels. Bring out his feet. Much more stable feet. Then you bring this section around, peg it into place, fold this forward, bring the arms, unpeg them from the shoulders, and bring them down like that. Flip up the head, and there you have Ganoh. Yay. You can also, I'm gonna flip this down There we go. Now you have peg in. Now you have Ganoh. Yay. And finally Jinbu, who probably has the most interesting transformation of the three. You just fold up his landing gear, which is right there. Fold it up. Unpeg these back sections here. Like so. Fold up all of his other way. Fold up all of his tail fins. That bring up his robot feet and push the hands for the combined mode back to allow for heels. And flip his little toes down. Then you want to bring the legs forward all the way. Rotate them. Again, I really wish these locked in, but they don't. Rotate them in, bring this section down, fold out the head, and then bring out the arms. And once you've brought the arms out, that shoulder's yellowing, you fold the wings down and back. And that, if he'll stand up straight, is Jinbu. And there you have all three of the idiots transformed. I would rather do this. Oh my good God. Those legs go all the way up. Jesus, there's a lot of leg. And in the show, they look so cool, but the toys, they look like idiots. The red idiot looks like he pulled his pants all the way up. The blue idiot thinks a loincloth is gonna fool everyone. And the yellow idiot is his dingle-dangle hanging out. They don't look great. They look really stupid, but in a fun sort of way. They come with weapons. All I got, though, was the stick and then their armor pieces, but this cost me nothing, so I don't care. Their colors don't really change much from the alt mode, but they still look like they fit as a team, a team of all leg. So like I said, they are posable for what they are, but they are weird in their posing. So, we'll start with Ganoh. So, the head can rotate left and right. It can look up and down kind of on this little hinge. You have shoulders that can rotate. They're on ball joints. They can go in and out. You also have an extra joint that can go out that far. But this one, yeah. You do have a bicep swivel. You have an elbow bend. Nothing at the waist. The hips, they can go forward right here. So forward that far. Back that far. And they go in and out that far. Because this gets in the way, but it locks in the arms. So there's that. You have above the knee rotation. You have a knee bend, and then the toes can move. And it's pretty much just the same on all of them. They're get out of frame. They're like, this guy's got the swivel at the head and the up and down, the same sort of articulation at the arms and the legs, but it just is super weird that you're like, oh, I want his leg to go out now that it's forward. It bends up there. So you have to like Y joint the hip. Basically all of their hips are on Y joints. And for those of you who don't know what a Y joint is, it's a joint that goes straight up rather than a joint that goes in and down. So, oh, the leg's gone forward. Now I want to put it out. You have to like futz with it a bit. So it's very strange. His knees also only bend 90 degrees, but these also are really loose. So he likes to like lean forward sometimes, which is a little, Kenzan, however, a little bit different. So he has a head that rotates. It's actually on a ball joint, but it doesn't really do much. Shoulders can do a full 360. They can go out here, and then they can go out here as well. You have English, almost an elbow jointed ball jointed elbow that only bends about 90 degrees, and then the hips can go forward that far because the knee pads get in the way. They can go back all the way. They can go in and out. But his hips are not like the same sort of hips. They're slightly strange in their design. Like his are pointing forward, right? Whereas these aren't, because they bend down here at this hinge, but then they also have this hinge that goes out. So, and then you got to rotate the knee. That's how he, get out of shot. That's how he works. It's very weird. You get a thigh rotation. I also forgot you're supposed to fold these panels out to cover up these little gaps. You have 90 degrees of bend. If you don't do that, you have a full range of knee bend. And the feet are tabbed in, so they do nothing. So they do the combine thing. There are 3 different combos you can do, but I'm only going to focus on the main one, Go Kenzan. But I'll flash some images of the others on screen. There you go. Now you can't say I didn't show you. All right, let's turn this into Go Kenzan, my favorite of the combinations. So to start with, we'll do the legs. So you take Ganoh's head, shove it back. Get out of shot. It's always in the shot. Fuck off. Then you want to take Ganoh's arms and compress them, like so. Then you bring them back, I think. Yes. Yeah, you bring them back. You bring them back like that. Fold up the robot feet, you fold down the combined mode feet, and then I'm going to lift this up like so. Sort of like detach that a little bit, and then there we have legs. Yay, legs. Now we're gonna take the one who keeps getting into shot, Jinbu, and get Jinbu ripped. Now you're in frame. All right, so compress the arms, rotate the head, take the wings, bring them out like that. Then what I like to do is just leave the arms here for now, because these legs, we're going to fold this all up and then bring it back at the very top. Now we're going to bend the knees now, but we're not going to bend them all the way because they have to peg into here, but they also have to peg into Kenzan. So that's basically the prep for Jinbu done. And now we will take Kenzan, and this is where the meat and potatoes really happens. So you want to take the arms and you want to compress them like that, and like that, like so. Then you want to bring them back and peg them in. Now, this is the vehicle mode port, that is the combined mode port. So you bring the arms and you peg them into the combined mode port, just like so. Now we're going to take the head, fold it down. Now this clip right here folds up when you fold the head down. And, oh no, you don't have to fold the head down, but this is for the other combined modes anyways, this is useful. It doesn't come out all the way, and you have to like pull it, and it still doesn't come out. And like, I've had another version of this figure in the past, and that it's all been the same, so that's a bit annoying. But no, you leave the head out. You compress his loincloth. You bring the arms out, like so. You bring this around like that. You want to fold out the hand from underneath the heel, and then bring this section down like so. We're gonna flip this panel around, and then open up the hand, like that. And there we have the upper body all done. So now we're going to combine them by raising the camera. So we bring in Jinbu. Actually, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold out the robot feet to be heels. That way he's not going to wobble. So this is Ganoh, not Jinbu. We bring out Ganoh, and you take Jinbu and you plug him in. Just like so. It's kind of like Megazord style clips that go in. You know how with like Power Ranger Megazords and other sort of Kamen Rider like buildable figure things, they have those like big clips that clip in. That's how this works. So you clip those in. I like to bring these over to the front. Then you take these sections. There's a tab here and a port there, and they will peg in, securing the whole torso in place. That is not going to come out. Now I need to move the camera up even more because we have to get Kenzan in. Now this is a bit of a difficult part because of pegging everything in. So that clip there is going to clip over his grundle, and then these two pegs are going to go into these two slots. And when you do that, it unpegs literally everything else, but now he is secured into place. Now the legs of Jinbu. There's this port that goes, or peg that goes in this port, and then you want to clip that little tab, you can kind of see it in there, into the back of the leg. And so trying to fish this entire thing in can be a little bit of a pain to line everything up. You have to make sure everything is as straight as possible before stuff starts coming out. One thing I would recommend is taking these wing flaps, I forgot to do this, and pushing them that way. And now the arms come undone. There we go. Let's get this lined up like that, and then line up, you idiot. There we go, like that. And now we have the back all hooked together. Now we're gonna take this part, unpeg it like that, slot this over, peg in the chest piece, and there you have the combine mode. That's a thing. The combiner looks interesting. This goofy goober is amazing looking in how bad it is. That's why I like it so much, because it looks like a right idiot. It's just, the proportions are so off, it's laughable. Like, I can't help but laugh at the way it looks, but that's why I like it so much. I do love how compact everything becomes in the torso unit, thanks to how lanky the limbs are and how much they can get out of the way. It allows for the torso to really feel like a solid brick. But he does look goofy, with goofy hands, goofy feet, and still being mostly leg, even though his torso got longer. Head's cool though, but none of them move, so getting him into a pose can be a bit of a pain. Speaking of which, so his articulation sucks, and it's just because of how back heavy he is. And the other two combined modes, fun fact, because they use Kenzan or Jinbu as legs, they cannot support Ganoh's weight because he's the biggest and the heaviest, so they always fall over. So the head, nothing, no rotation, no none of that. Shoulders, they can go forward that far, they can go back that far. They can also rotate at the top here, but yeah, it's kind of loose. They can go out that far. You have bicep rotation, you have elbow bend, wrist swivel, fingers, nothing at the waist, and then it is literally just Ganoh's hips again. So forward, double knee this time though, just due to how that works out. And then the swivel down here and nothing at the elbow. Also, that's come undone. Hang on, there we go. So, yeah, he isn't a thing you pose. As a matter of fact, it's a thing you pretty much don't do anything with. So yeah, I don't recommend getting this unless you're able to pay less than like 20 bucks for this set. I got it for $3 on Buy. Yeah, that's nuts. $3. I had a coupon. But even still, without the coupon, it was like 20 something for the whole set. Like, bruh. But they are weird and they are goofy, and now they're T fan pages, so here you go, Brian. But that's my look at the Transformers Go combining team. Well, at least the first one, because there's another one. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.